There's a lot of ways to solve a quadratic equation. You can do it by graphing. You can use the quadratic formula. In some cases, you're able to factor. But this is my favorite one because it can be used for all kinds of equations, not just the quadratic, and it can be used for situations where you have a lot of different parameters. Plus, it allows you to, before you solve the equation, throw out the answers that don't make sense, which is often what we need to do in science. So here's how you get started. To get to the solver, you click the Math button on your calculator, and on this calculator at least, it's option 0. It says Solver. When you hit Enter, it takes you to this screen, and the second line on the screen says equation : 0 equals. Any equation that you can set equal to 0, you just key in the other half of the equation, the other side of the equation, and it sets up your solver. So in our case, I'm going to use x squared plus 0.0211x minus 0.0422 equals 0 as my equation, and I'm going to input that right now. So I start out by putting in x squared, and then it's going to be plus 0.0211x, and then minus 0.0422. When I hit enter, now I have two new lines. The next line is x equals, and then it says 0 right now. There's just a blinking cursor there. That's where I'm going to put in my first guess as it begins to solve this by guess and check, which is how calculators always solve these things. But the next line I want to go down to first, and this is where I set the boundaries where it's going to look for answers. Now in this particular case, I'm solving for an x that won't make any sense if it's negative. So I'm going to click 0 here and make that my lower boundary. And the upper boundary is the limit of the calculator, 1 times 10 to the 99. So it's going to look for an answer that's positive here, and it won't return me an answer that's negative. So now I go back up to have the cursor blinking on the x equals. And here's how I make it solve. I click alpha and then enter. That's the solve feature. And it returns this answer here. And that's my value for x.